Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Today on Tuesday, it's Tuesday, I will mention the date and day of today. Today is Tuesday, 6th February 2024. पच्चीस रजब Alright, the chapter we are going to study is about unit number 6, more on spreadsheets. Which chapter we are going to study? Unit number 6, and the topic is more on spreadsheets. So, in the starting, I am going to introduce you about the more on spreadsheets. First, you have to know what is spreadsheet, what is Google spreadsheet. Basically, this is a Google spreadsheet. How we are going to open it, how we are going to work on it. इसके बारे में हम discussion. We will do it later on the practical. First, I am going to introduce you about this chapter. Students, you have to be very attentive. Introduction. What we are going to do in this chapter, as I have told you before, spreadsheet is basically Google Sheets, like what we do in the Excel, same like that. Alright. First, we are going to do is how to change row height. How we are going to change column width. You are all, आप सब ने, you have studied before about Excel. Just like Excel, spreadsheet is basically how to change column width, just like we did in the Excel. How to change column width, how to insert new rows and columns. Just like in Excel, we all know what are the rows and what are the columns. So in this chapter we will study how to insert new rows and columns, how we are going to use formulas. You all are aware of the term formula, using formula. Formulas, basically formulas, yes, formulas. How we are going to use formulas. And the next topic is using functions, and how to insert charts. These are the topics we are going to study in this unit, which is more on spreadsheet, Google Sheet. How we are going to change row height, how to change column width, what do you mean by column width, what do you mean by row height. I am going to tell it to you later. How to insert new rows and columns. What is the formula, how we are going to use the formulas, what are the functions, how we are going to use functions in spreadsheets, and how to insert charts. So our topic is changing row height. Why we do this? Because we want to improve the appearance of our spreadsheets. Now, what is the default row height? Students, tell me, what is the default row height? As I've told you before, the default row height is 15.5 points, and the range of this height is 0 to 469 points. We can increase or decrease the row height according to our need. But the computer, the built-in height is 15.5. The default row height is 15.5 points. And we can increase or decrease this row height according to our need between these two ranges, 0 to 469 points. Now, the next topic is how we can change column width of our spreadsheets. As I've told you before, spreadsheets and Excel are having the same features. How we can change column width of our spreadsheets. how we do it? Select the specific column. Whose width you want to change. These are the steps. These are the steps to change column width of the spreadsheet. Select the specific column. And write your range. The range is 8.43 centimeter. The default range is 8.43 centimeter. It means we can increase our column from 8.43 centimeter. This is the default column width. The default column width is 8.43 centimeters and the range is from 0 to 255 character. That means we can enter from 0 to 255 character in a single column. In a single column. What is the procedure of this? We will discuss this later on the system, computer system. 0 to 55 characters in a column. New rows and columns in our sheet or spreadsheet. How to insert new rows and columns in our spreadsheet? For example, if we are working on some cells, we want to add rows and columns at this spot. We have the cells group. Go to the cells group and then click on the insert tab and then insert row sheets. The first step is go to the cells group, go to the home tab, or home tab mein we have the insert tab, and then insert row sheets. And if we want to insert columns in our spreadsheet, the same procedure. Go to the cells group, go to the home tab and then insert column sheets. Now we will move to the next topic, which is using formulas in our spreadsheets or Google Sheets. In spreadsheet, how we are going to use formula in spreadsheet? Formula means if we want to sum the numbers, if we want to add or subtract, or if we want to find the minimum or the maximum. So I will give you an example. First thing that you have to keep it in your mind that the formula will always be started from the equal to sign. equal to sign. And then if I want to add the cell number B4, B4 means B is the row and 4 is the column. So the combination will be B4. Cell B4 plus if I want to add the number in cell C3 and then want to subtract it with the cell B2 and add it with the cell E2. We will do it in the formula bar. Go to the formula bar and add these cells. The value in the before cell C3 will be added, then it will be subtracted with the D2 and E2. And this will be done in the formula bar. So and the important thing is you have to start it with the equal to sign. Without it you can't do this or you can't use the formulas. Students, you have to do practice at your homes. On Google spreadsheets. Now we will move to our next topic, which is using functions. Using functions. For example, you want to sum the marks of the 5 students. I will mention the name. In the cells, I will mention the marks and sum. How many functions are there? There are many functions, but I will discuss sum function, average function, minimum and maximum. These are the functions: sum function, average, min and max. Min means minimum and max means maximum. So write the heading name as you have done in the Excel. Name, marks and the sum. Name Ali Farooq. Marks two subjects के marks लेते हैं, English and Urdu. And then sum. Marks of English and Urdu. Ali Farooq and Umar. I will use the function of the sum. How I am going to use it? Name, marks and the sum. Name Ali Farooq. Marks two subjects के marks लेते हैं, English and Urdu. And then sum. Marks of Farooq and Umar. I will use the function of the sum. How I am going to use it? If this is written in the B4 cell and this is written in the C3 cell, I will write the sum function and then B4 colon C3. These functions are built-in functions. Functions are built-in functions. Built-in means they are already saved in the directories of the spreadsheets. You just write sum and the cell, two cells, and the sum will be done. Alright students, now why we use functions? Because the formula bar and the formulas is time taking. First you have to write each and every cell and then plus minus. So despite of all that, we will do sum and the cell name and colon, जितने भी cells आपने add करने हैं. And then if you want to minimum, use the function minimum, or you want to use the average function, you just write the cells, colon, and the built-in function will be done. Average function, sum function, minimum, maximum. We have many functions, but we will discuss sum, minimum, average and maximum in this chapter. You can discover more functions in the spreadsheets. Now we'll recall the topics that we have studied today. First was changing row height. The next will be, students tell me, the next topic was changing column width. How to insert new rows and columns. And columns in the spreadsheet. How we use formulas. How we use functions. And how to insert charts. Insert charts I will do it later in the next lesson or in the next lesson. Insert charts का जो topic है वो हम लोग next उसमें discuss करेंगे when we will do the practical. So changing row height, the default we have discussed earlier that the default row height is 15.5 points and the range is 0 to 469 points. We do it because we want to improve the appearance of our sheets. That's why we change the row height, change the column width. The column width is, the default column width is 8.43 centimeter and the characters we can add is from 0 to 255 characters. we can add 0 to 255 characters in a single column or a single cell. Insert rows and columns in the spreadsheet. I have told you before, you have to go to the cell group, then home tab, then insert rows, and the same procedure is for columns. Using formulas, I have told you before how to use a formula. Start with the equal sign and then the names of different cells, C4, C3, up to so on. Then using functions, the functions was sum, minimum, maximum, and the average function. Insert chart, we will do it when we will do the practical. So you have to study the whole topic and the whole chapter. Alright, Allah Hafiz.